And welcome back to the Real AF TV podcast, the show about pitching and random takes from the land of 10,000 lakes. We are in the second half, the random take. We just had a great discussion about steelhead trout and rainbow trout. That has absolutely nothing to do with what we are going to talk about in the random take, because we are going to finally tackle one that has been looming. It's popped up a few times on the podcast, but god damn it, Tim, it's been 5 years in the making. We are going to sit down and we are going to talk about Pokémon Go.
Ooh, boy.
Get your phones out, people. Open up your Pokemons, because it's time to go. You like that? You like that? You like that?
Oh, I like that.
Tim, this game released on July 6th of 2016. Can you believe that?
I can.
Me too. We're recording this at almost the exact same time in November of 2021. It's been 5 years and some change.
It's crazy.
We started playing this game.
Yeah.
Did you start on day one?
Yeah, buddy. I still have my first Pokemon. Yeah.
I believe I do too. And if I do, it's one of my Vaporeons, and it's one of my best Pokemon that I have.
Nah.
I can't
You gotta
do
get it. No, you gotta have a starter. You start with a starter.
Oh, my bad. Tim, please explain the starter, because I just totally fucked that one up.
So the starter in Pokemon Go is just like the starter in the other Pokemon games. And when you start Pokemon Go, if you started on day one, I don't know what happens if you start now. But if you start on day one, you get to have Charmander, Bulbasaur, or Squirtle.
Yep.
And I also heard that there was something, if you run around for a while, then you can, like, if you keep rejecting the ones that they give you, eventually you'll get Pikachu as the first one.
Oh.
But all I thought when
Really?
they said that was, I was just like, that's lame. I don't know how this game works, but Pikachu evolves once. Those other three starters evolve twice, and that's why you get them.
That's why you choose them.
They turn into monsters. They're beasts.
Right. They turn into actual usable Pokemon.
Yeah. They're just like, don't you want to get a Pikachu first? Like, no, I do not. We will get the Pikachu when that time comes.
Right. When it pops up on the map, I will get it. So, if you're listening to this and you don't know what Pokemon Go is, it's amazing you made it this far. And I hope that you did, because this is a mobile phone game that has a lot of AR hype around it. And if you don't know what AR is, it's ultra... As the IT geek guy, I would like to formally apologize to everybody for fucking that up. And please accept me as a nerd. I am truly about to take a swig of whiskey with Tim to compensate for what I have just done to the geek world. I am so sorry. Augmented reality, AR. Augmented reality. That is, generally speaking, what AR stands for now. And that just means that they turn on the camera and you see the real world, and then you see the digital world laid on top of it. So, like, you can catch Pokemon that are just on the sidewalk that you're walking on, and it's fucking dope. Nobody plays the fucking game like that.
Nope. And I do have it. I just looked. If you go within your Pokemon, anybody curious at home, and then you sort them by recent.
Yep.
You can click it. You can click it to the end, and I have a Charizard that is labeled starter, and I caught him on July 7th of 2016.
No way, dude. That is awesome. Which means you probably signed up on July 6th and then just didn't get around to playing it until. So I cannot claim such awesomeness as you. I must have turned mine in. I didn't label it starter. I didn't think much of it because this is my first Pokemon. I only played for a very short time during spring break Pokemon Blue on the Game Boy. So like one of the OG Pokemons. I played Blue. I don't
Yeah.
even think I started my own game. What I did is I jumped in on a friend's game during spring break. I went on spring break with the friends. And what I
Yeah.
did is I believe I jumped in while they were grinding. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to play this game because you're grinding and you're getting burnt out. But the
Yeah.
Game Boy was plugged in while you were playing, and now we're going somewhere, and I'm fucking bored while traveling.
Right.
So I don't consider that really playing Pokemon. So this is my first Pokemon, and I made the poor choice of not saving my starter. I have a Spearow, a little bird thingy from the 28th of the
Okay.
16th. So
Oh,
July
I didn't
28th.
even look at what the other dates are.
So that's the oldest one that I have.
August August 2nd is my next oldest, and then August 5th is the one after that. And I would like to
Nice.
point out that it is a weeping bell,
Oh,
and
here goes the patreon.com
it's a
slash relay
weeping bell
FTP
and
video.
a Villaplume, which
Oh,
I have aptly named. You can't see it, can you? It's too
I
blurry.
can't, but I'll be able to see it in the feed. Tell me.
Uh,
Plus, we
the
got to say it for the
weeping,
audio.
the victory bell. So that's the fuck does it start as? Doesn't matter. Victory bell is named steak, and the Villaplume is named potatoes.
Why are they named that?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but the steak and I got my three oldest Pokemon right next to each other are starter, steak, and potatoes, and they were naming that like way back then, and I can't remember why. It was
And
too
you have
many.
no idea why you did that.
Do not
That's
know.
awesome, dude.
Everything
Now,
else is like named based off of their IVs. Like when I started figuring out that there was like
oh,
undercover
yeah.
scores.
You need to talk about the IV quick because here's the thing. I know. Let me explain this quick. You told me about an app. I know what this app is doing, and I never downloaded it. I never did it. I'm not that ambitious when it comes to Pokemon Go. I appreciate your ambition. I know it. It's there. I could go do it. Nah, shit. Okay. I'm not gonna do it. I just use the built-in appraise, and I just
Well,
base it off the
yeah,
built-in appraise.
now the built-in appraise actually works.
Right. So the reason why you have this app and what does it do? Go. I'm
Yes.
stepping on your
Well,
shit.
I don't use that app anymore either with the
Okay.
IVs, but the IVs are still real. And now they have a built-in appraisal that just shows you. It doesn't give you the exact numbers. So there's still people out there that want to know the exact number.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to know. If it's close, I just see, it's like a 3-star.
Mm-hmm.
Because the appraisal shows it by the stars. There's 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and then a 4-star is perfect. It's
What?
if
That's a
you
4-star?
it's in the game's like algorithm or however, not
Oh.
algorithm, but like if you go into the search bar and you type in 4 and then the
Mm-hmm.
star
Yep.
symbol,
Yep.
it will pull up all your perfect IVs. Any of
Oh.
them that are perfect, it will pull it up if you put in 4-star.
Okay. So if you appraise, which I have none of because I'm in there doing that right now.
I
So
have
if you
37.
appraise because you have 7, jeez, humble brag.
37.
Jesus Christ. No humble brag. Fuck you. Um, so you go to a Pokemon and you hit the appraise button basically, and there's 3 stars and then there's 3 ratings. So
Right.
you can to get 3 stars doesn't mean you've maxed out all the ratings.
No, 3 stars is like, so if you look at a Pokemon, if you're appraising it
Mm-hmm.
and you look, it shows it goes sideways
Okay.
and there are 3 like blocks on
Yes.
each one. There's
Yes.
attack, defense, and hit points.
Yep.
And you can have a 3-star if it's just like partially filled in the third row. Like if 3 of them or like one of them's complete, like the attack stat
Oh,
is all the way up.
yeah.
And that's
Okay.
where that other IV calculator helped because those numbers are out of 15 total. So a perfect one is 15,
Oh.
15, 15, but you could get like 15 in the attack and then like 10 in the defense
Yep.
and like 13 in the HP, and
HP.
it's
Yep.
still a 3-star.
So here, I actually literally just caught this slowpoke. It's actually in a low end slowpoke. I caught this today, and you'll see it in my video feed. Ooh,
Nice.
I'm getting some rolls. See, it's 3 stars, but it's not full.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So there's an example. Just like I happen to have one just sitting right there.
yeah, and 3 stars are great. I
Mm-hmm.
don't keep anything less unless it's like a shiny or something special.
Sure.
But if you have a 4-star when you
Which
appraise it,
which we've been calling
everything is
perfect Pokemon over here on my side
yes.
because my wife is also all in on this.
Yeah.
She's played the other Pokemon, so this was a big deal to her too. You guys bond on that. Yeah, see, like I
So
have perfect Pokemon as we
when
call
it's
them.
when it's perfect, it's all the way full, and then the circle is filled in red too instead of
Right.
yellow.
What the hell? I would and that's what a 4 star is.
Yep. That's
Okay.
if you
So for you audio listeners, you're like go to patreon.com and do $1. It's easier. But what we're trying to say is like there's a 3 star and you don't have to have all 3 stats full, but there's a 3 star where all the stats are full and then the whole thing turns pink
yes.
and it says basically like, hey, this is a perfect Pokemon. So you're saying that's a 4 star according to
Well,
like the
like yeah,
programming in
like
the background,
yeah,
right?
if you're trying to search it up and you put in 4-star, that's what
Fuck,
pops up.
I have perfect Pokemon. I have one that I know of. FOUR and the asterisk.
No, the number.
Oh, like the
The
pound symbol?
no, the number 4
Oh.
and then star.
Oh. Whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, there we go.
You
I
got
got
some?
5. All right.
Nice.
All right, I
There you
got
go.
5 of them.
Yeah. I was gonna
Cool.
say, I bet you got some. That's crazy.
Yeah. I got a bear, which is so cool because I'm such a snow guy. I got a bear dick.
A bear dick.
I got a bear dick. I did say I have a bear dick. A bear tick.
Yep.
A bear tick. And I put -P behind it to recognize that
Oh,
it
there
is.
you go.
But they're all starred. Oh, dude, I got a perfect ditto. Oh my god.
You do?
What?
That's pretty crazy.
That's awesome.
A
Put
perfect
that thing in
ditto.
the
That's
gym, am I
gnarly.
right?
Yeah, for sure, dude. If you level it all the way up,
Yeah,
I
I
want
should
a
level it.
shiny. I want a shiny ditto
Oh my
because
god, that's a thing?
there
How the
are.
fuck
Yeah,
does
they're
that
blue.
work?
They're blue.
They're
So
blue. Okay, so tell
when
me.
you
Tell me.
put a ditto in a gym and somebody goes to fight it, your ditto becomes whatever they are.
Yep.
So I want to put a shiny ditto in the gym because
Yeah.
then whoever fights it gets to see the shiny version
Is
of their Pokemon
yes, is
fighting
that what it
them.
really does?
I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it
Oh,
yet, but I don't see why it wouldn't work.
right, right. That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
hoping it was, but I wasn't sure. So, like, if you're a Charizard and you have a verse against a shiny Ditto, the Ditto will be the shiny Charizard.
Yep.
That would be
Exactly.
so fucking dude, I would fight that gym just to fight that gym. Like, I don't even care if I was
Oh,
gonna take it over. I would just, like, grab Pokemon, then I'm like, "I wonder what the shiny looks
I'd
like."
fight it. I just like put all the Pokemon in that I want to see,
Mhm,
and then I'd
right.
start fighting it, and I just keep
And then just
swapping them out.
swap them. As soon as that shiny Ditto came up, I just swap in Pokemon to try to
Yep.
see what the shiny looks like.
Like, wow, look at that one. That's sweet.
Hell yeah. And that dude, that's the thing that I have such a good time about this is like, yeah, there's definitely times when you Google it, but like there's so much community around it. Like playing it in 2016, it was so fucking hot right away when it came out. And you would just
Dude,
walk into a park and there would just be people on their phone. You're like, oh, they're
it was
Pokemon. And you guys would just
insane
talk,
here.
right?
Yeah. It's a like St. Cloud is a college town.
Right.
And when Pokemon came out, it was like right when like basically like everybody was like getting ready to go to school.
Well,
And then
yeah,
Lake
July, right?
George,
Middle of
yeah.
July.
And
Yeah.
Lake George is a popular spot because it had a lot of Pokestops around it. So people would go there because you could spin the stops and a lot of Pokemon were attracted to the stops. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
shitting you, dude. When it hit, it'd be like 3 in the morning and there'd still be like 200 people at Lake George.
No way,
It was
dude.
insane. There
I
was
remember
so
you
many
telling me
people,
it was crazy,
everybody
but
playing.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
When like the community days would hit, people would go out there with lures and you'd see just like tons of people sitting on the hills, nobody walking around, and it's just like, well, clearly you're not getting the aspect of the game. Lazy fuck. Like you're just gonna sit there and catch whatever pops up. Like keep it moving. You're gonna catch more stuff. But
Right.
whatever. But
And
yeah, it
and
was insane.
so speaking of lures, I'm not gonna like I'm just gonna pull back the curtain again and say like, yeah, I mean the reason why we're doing this is because Pokemon is coming out. They remastered Pearl and Diamond, the versions of Pearl and Diamond,
Okay.
the
Yeah.
Pokemon, and they're coming out on Switch in the window of this podcast launching.
Oh.
Um, so we're gonna have some extra Pokemon content coming out because you just said lures.
Yeah.
That's for the video people right there. That is for our Patreons. There is going to be some extra though out on the YouTube channel. So just had to do it. I had to sneak a little sneak in there
Little
for our
sneak.
$1 patrons. And moving on now to then there wasn't that much information. Like the time that you're talking about, there wasn't that much on Google because it was sort of the original mystery of the game sort of still unfolding. So like you would talk to people and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, like how are you doing this or how are you getting that?" Like there was so
Yeah.
much interaction with people and like community and discussion. It was so fucking cool, man. I just
Mm-hmm.
loved it.
Yeah. And people were excited,
Oh, for
like
sure.
because it was all the first generation. So everybody that was
Right.
playing actually knew what they were catching and stuff. And they're
Yep.
all out there. And even people that weren't playing, but people are catching. And you just hear people like, just like, holy shit. Like,
Yep.
people
Yep.
hadn't seen some, because you got all the run of the mill ones at first when it first came out. And then
Yeah.
like a
Spearows
rare
like
one
I
would pop.
had.
Yeah. And then a rare one would pop up. And I remember like people didn't even know how that worked. Like a rare one would pop up
Yep.
and everybody would be like, you'd hear people just like, I'm gonna catch it. Like, no, I want to fucking catch it. And it's like, we can all catch it. We're
We
all
can
gonna
all
catch.
catch it. It's
We're all gonna.
okay.
Yeah, we're all gonna catch it. The game just
it,
randomly
it
populates it there for all of us to
It's
catch. It's
spawning in the same spot for
yeah,
everybody, right? Right. One of my craziest things is we went to an equivalent of like Lake George up in St. Cloud in Eden Prairie, and Purgatory Park. I remember the name of that Purgatory. I'm like, oh, that's kind of dark.
yeah.
Um, and it was
It's the
it
middle
was it
ground.
was a huge spot, and there were people running in front of traffic because a Rhyhorn popped up.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They were not waiting for the walk light. They just took off because people were stopped at the stoplight and they just started running and then they ran when the light turned green and so these people are like stuck in the half and I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" And everyone's like, "There's a Rhyhorn over there." I'm like, "Whoa."
dude. All you need to do is get close enough to like pull it up on screen
I know.
and then run away. You don't have to stay there. But nobody knew what anything was about. And I
Yeah.
remember too, people like acting like the card game was the same. I
Hmm?
remember, well, just like not, I said that weird,
Okay.
like where they were, really like Charizard's a dope Pokemon. And
Mhm.
now that they have the Mega Evolves, he's like
Mhm.
legit a good dude to have with you. But
Yeah,
like
for
at
sure.
first, he couldn't get to the same stats that some of the other ones came out a little bit later. And I remember like around like year two or whatever, it wasn't as popular. And I'd still go to Lake George, and I remember seeing some kids seeing him, and one of them
Okay.
like saw, and I could hear one of them being like, "Hey, he's playing Pokemon." And then all of a sudden, one of them must have been like, "Hey, I'm gonna be like, watch, he's gonna come running." And the one kid goes, "Oh my god, a Charizard!" And then I like look over, and they're all like looking at me, and I just wanted to be like nerd flex and be like, Charizard ain't shit, bro. Look at, just come over and show him like
Like I have
Charizard
one from
maxes
2016, bitch.
Charizard maxes out at like 2700 CP. I got multiples over 4000. What? Thank you. you, you ain't shit.
What?
No, but I wasn't. It wasn't that strong back then. But I had multiples
Right.
over 3,000. Like
Yeah.
it takes a while to hit those numbers, but
Yeah, it does. I
I
don't
just
have any of
remember
that.
there's just like these nerdy kids, like not nerdy kids, but like kids trying to punk you
Kids.
just because you're like it just. I'm not. Nobody's running for Charizard,
Yeah,
dude.
and
Like
dude, I
nobody's
don't
running
know.
for anything. I
Nobody's
would.
running for anything right now anymore. Like,
Yeah,
that whole traffic situation that I was talking about, like, that ain't happening. That ain't happening anymore.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
we sort of
none of it.
figured it out.
Yeah, none of it even made any sense when they had like people like the news didn't know any of it and
Right.
how any of it worked, and they're just like,
Mhm.
guys, just because you see that there's a Pokemon over there, don't go running into the people's backyards to find it.
Right. Mhm.
And it's like,
Mhm.
that's not how it works. It doesn't pop up until you walk past it.
Right.
They're not in the back. If they're in the backyard, they're using Pokemon as a bullshit excuse.
Right.
You guys need to get on the game and learn about it. And then you can be like, put that in your news broadcast.
Right.
Hey, guess what? They're bullshitters. They're in your backyard for nefarious reasons. Or they thought that
And
there
then they just
might.
pulled out their phone, they're like, "I don't know, Pokemon." No.
Yeah, it shows that there was one in the wild around here someplace. I guess I'm gonna have to just go snooping through people's stuff. Just like, no, that's not. Uh, I did get.
So funny.
I gotta say too. I did get the cops called on me once.
For playing Pokemon?
Yeah, because I pulled up
Yes,
and
let's hear it.
The Pokestops are in all like the hot spots,
Mhm.
and a lot of them are in parks. And it was
Mhm.
like after work, and I
Oh,
pulled
okay.
up, and I stopped by a park, and I like spun a stop, and then I drove away.
Mhm.
And then like a cop came and pulled me over, and they were like, "Yeah, did you pull up at this park, or like were you at this park?" And I'm like, "Park? No, I wasn't."
No.
And I was like, "Where is that?" And then they explain it, and I'm just like, "Oh, that's a Pokestop." I went by and I like spun the stop. I was like, "Don't worry, I did it the right way." Like I pulled up and stopped, and they're like, yeah, some kids were like, this guy pulled up and then drove off, and it was like, whatever.
So?
I didn't
Who
roll
who
down the window and was like,
Yeah. "Look at
"Hey,
my
kids,
dick."
yeah, come stop fucking with the Pokemon. You goddamn kids, stop skateboarding on the sidewalk."
Yeah, you didn't do anything creepy. So what? They
No,
really
yeah, there's just stupid
what?
ass people. Their
'Cause you
moms, their
oh my
moms and
god.
dads are probably fucking. This was
People need to
before
calm the
Karen.
fuck down, man.
Yeah, this was a little before Karen was a thing, but I'm sure their mom is a Karen.
Right.
And just like, if you guys are out there and you see anybody, you make a phone call, you call the cops.
Yep.
There's devils out there that are trying to rape your butts. Just
Yeah.
like, just, and then I even remember telling the cops, like,
Exactly.
no, no, nothing weird. And I like hold up my
Nothing
phone. I'm
weird.
like, I'm just a nerd.
Right, exactly. What the fuck, dude? That is the weirdest shit because, I know how long that takes. Like, you literally just, like, pulled up, stopped.
Yep.
They didn't even see your phone. I bet you.
Probably not. I
Because
didn't.
it's not I bet you weren't playing on AR probably anymore.
Yeah, I didn't look over at them.
Right.
Even
You
I'm
probably
sure
didn't even
I
be able to
pull
stop
up,
kids
I
right there.
stop, I just fucking spin the shit.
Right.
Yeah, it's
That's fucking
just
stupid, dude.
overprotective. Yeah, did you see that car? Like, what the fuck? If I was planning on doing something,
Like,
why the fuck would I stop and then leave?
right.
I'd get out and try to kidnap you if like
Right,
that's when you
yeah,
should be
yeah.
worried.
You'd be
Or
dead
if I
already.
said anything to you, or just to be like, that
Right.
car pulled up, stopped, and left. Call the cops. Like,
Right.
yo, just
Mm,
chill.
they got better things to do. That wasn't fucking creepy, dude. Jeez.
Yeah, it's just like what the fuck
Check back
ever.
in 10 years when we have kids that age and they're at the park.
I'm still not gonna be like,
I
hey,
just don't think that's gonna I know,
no,
'cause
I'll tell Beckett too, like, hey, if somebody pulls up, stops, and then leaves right away, like, don't freak out.
they probably
if they
weren't
try to if they try to offer you candy,
right.
then we have a
Run
problem.
and call the cops.
If they even talk to you, like, that's gets a little bit weird, but I guess it
Mm-hmm.
depends. If a stranger pulls up and then just tries to start a conversation with you on a playground, that's kind of fucked.
Right. Yeah.
But anything where they just pull up and they don't talk to you, unless they pull up and then they just stare at you.
Right.
But I
And
ain't
they're just
even,
sitting there staring.
yeah, I ain't even look at him. And I
Ugh.
think the cop realizes it too, because the cop comes up and he's just like, oh, yeah, story checks out. Because
Mm-hmm.
they probably went back to him and they're like, what did he do? Well, he like pulled up, he stopped. And they probably fucking over exaggerated it too.
Right. I
He
know
like,
that's what I was worried about.
he like pulled up and he was like all creepy and then he like drove off. I'm like,
Right.
by all creepy, what do you mean?
Right.
It was like he's like a guy.
In like a car. He was like
Yeah.
he was like older than us.
Yeah. They probably didn't even know what I looked like. They're
Right, I
like,
know.
what do you look like? Like a man with his hand on his dick? Like can you
Just
be
like
more
that's what the 11-year-old says.
yeah, can you be more specific?
Right. A little more. I'm gonna need more detail. Well, anyways, so do you really play daily?
Mm, no, I
Yeah, me neither.
there it depends on like when, like if I'm into it at the time, for sure. Every
Sure.
day, like all the time. Not
Yep.
constantly, but like I'll pull it up whenever I get a free chance. But every
Right.
once in a while, like I just fall out of it.
Yeah,
It just
but over
happens.
the 5 years, you've never fallen off.
No, not completely. Like I'll stop
Right.
playing it for a little while or I'll
Yeah.
pull it up like right now, for
You have like
example.
a gap in your daily research.
Yes, that's
Right.
exactly what I was gonna do. So there's
Yeah.
research on here for anybody where it'll have like a challenge, So it says, like evolve a Pokemon or power up a Pokemon
Power
three
up
times.
Pokemon 3 times.
You do these things, and that's completing like your daily challenge.
Yeah.
And then you get stamps. And when you get 7 stamps, you get seven. You can do it 7 days in a row and get 7 stamps. Well,
Yep.
you don't have to do it in a row, but like once you get seven
Once you get 7
stamps,
stamps. Yep.
then you get the research, the
Prize package.
yeah, whatever it's called. I can't think of it
I don't
right
know what it's
now.
called either, but it's a prize package. I mean, that's all
Your
it boils down to, and
research
you get a Pokemon.
breakthrough.
Okay, breakthrough. Right.
Yes.
And you get a
And
Pokemon for it.
I had one on October 18th and then one on October 30th,
Mhm.
and that was the
Right.
last one.
Right.
So there's like a 12-day stint where I did nothing, and then
Mhm.
since the 30th I haven't done anything. And there are certain days when there's certain stuff going on where it's like 7 days in a row forever. I mean,
What?
like I no, I'll just do it. Like I'm just like I get a stamp every single day
Oh,
for.
yeah,
I'll give
like
you.
months on
I'll give
end.
you. Yeah, I'll give you an example because
Because you
like
got a
if
medal for it, don't you?
well, I'm very close, or maybe I do have a medal for it. Yes, I forget. God damn it! It's like
Yeah,
clicking.
so I'm the same way. It's like I I try to do a daily challenge every day to get that like prize package at the end of the 7 days, but I fall off, dude. I totally
Yeah.
miss it.
So check this out. Achieve a Pokemon catch streak or Pokestop spin streak of 7 days 100 times is what you have to do
My
to get
god.
the platinum medal, and
Oh
I
my.
have 107. So I've done that 107 times. I have went a week straight
Holy
of catching a
shit,
Pokemon every
dude.
day or spinning a Pokestop every day.
Oh my god, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Which is
And
also proof of like the amount of time that this game's been played. I mean, it's been live for 5 years and we've been on it for 5 years.
it takes a long time to get stuff done, man.
It does. And that's well, I mean, that's part of their algorithm, which is or not part of their that's part of their strategy, which is good for them. I mean, the game is still making good money. The game is still going strong. They're still adding to it. Like there's updates every day. There's events. Oh, Halloween, right? Like the Halloween one just went off. The Halloween event.
Yeah, and that was
That
when like
shit's awesome.
I didn't even do a whole lot of that, but it like
Hmm.
when they have that, I get excited over stuff like that where you're like, "Oh, we get
Right.
to unlock new stuff," and
Yeah, and
I
like, "Oh,
just
there's a Pikachu with a different fucking hat on it." You're like, "Kick ass."
yeah, right. You get excited when it looks different. You're just like,
Yeah.
"Oh," I never save any of that stuff. It's just like, "Hey, look at that." Or
Oh, yeah.
when you get a shiny special one. I
Mhm.
just don't have the space because I
Yeah, no,
keep
Sarah's the same way. She actually started going down the road of, like, "I'm not saving all of those." And I'm
yeah.
just like, "Oh, no. I want the male and female Pikachu with the pumpkin hat. I do."
See, I would like to have I would do that for sure if I had the space, but I keep so many Pokemon that I
Mhm.
wanna evolve and use them for, like,
Yeah.
battles and raids and whatnot.
There.
I
That's
put
exactly what I was gonna ask
yeah.
you.
I
Keep going.
put I put the coins that I get into expanding, like, how much Pokemon you can hold.
Like, your Pokemon
Yes.
storage space? Okay.
Do you know what your storage space is?
Yeah, I actually have
Wanna
it
say you
up right
start
now.
with, like, 550. You can hold 550 or something.
Mm, well, was it like that on January of 2016? I don't think
I
so.
have no idea.
I think
Maybe
it
it
was
was,
at
like, 4
300 because how many original Pokemon are there? 251?
151.
151, yes.
Yes, I have the
I was
Kanto
mixing up
region
bits.
platinum medal because I have caught all of the original.
Oh, that's really bitchin'. I don't know if I have that. I'd have to check. But anyways, yes, um, I have my Pokemon up, ready for questions like this. 1,000.
That's what
My
you're at is 1,000?
my hold is 1,000. I'm not full. I can
That's
hold
pretty good,
1,000.
though.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Like,
Yeah, I've been
you've
pushing it.
expanded it for sure.
Oh, yeah. Multiple times.
I am up to 1,600.
Damn, nice.
Yeah, because 'cause
So
I've definitely put a lot of coins in, but I save I mean, especially with, like, the remote raids now. Because again,
oh,
for
right.
people that don't know, they have raid passes that you can do remotely. So if there's a raid, you can join it from anywhere. And did you know that you can go to the Pokemon and it shows you where you catch all of them?
It gives you the location.
Yeah.
Yes, it
So
does. So hold on. I don't wanna go off raids just yet. Let's go to location
okay.
next. Because oh, wait, back to storage really quick. Yes, I don't keep that many Pokemon that aren't like, you store Pokemon for fighting, right?
Yes, for like mainly for like raid counters, ones that are going to be strong in certain
Right.
against certain types of Pokemon, so I can take down a raid
Mhm.
boss with less people. Like
Yep.
more so, I want to be helpful. Like if somebody invites me to a raid,
To a
I
raid.
want to have the Pokemon to be helpful. Like doesn't matter what you invite me to,
Yep.
I'm ready to
I'm
help you
ready.
out. Because when you win the raid, you get to
Yeah.
catch whatever that is.
Right.
And a lot of times there's legendaries where you haven't seen them before.
Or
And
they're only available in raids. Like, there's
yeah,
literally no other way to get them, like the
yeah.
legendaries.
And the legendaries are so dope compared to the other Pokemon, like how
Right.
strong they can get.
To
They're
compare
like
them
the
to the regular game, they're like the final boss. Like, that I
yeah,
mean, it's
yeah,
not
exactly.
exactly it, but that's the best way to put it, right?
In the regular game, pretty much. That's what they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Is like every Pokemon Go has like or every game of Pokemon has like the three dogs. You know, there's like three dogs. You know what I'm talking about? Like
No.
there's legendaries where there's like three dogs, and then there's like the end ones. So,
Oh, I don't know.
so
I don't
and
know the
it's
3 dogs.
it's not just like the three dogs. Like there's Regice, Registeel, Regirock.
Oh,
So like there's those, or there's the three dogs like um a Suicune, Aintai, and
I don't know any of these things.
Raikou, I believe, are all the same ones. So it's like that's an electric, a fire, and an ice type, and they're dogs.
Oh.
Well, Raikou is like a saber tooth tiger,
Oh, I know
but
that one.
those are like they're like sub legendaries. They're like the sub, they're
Oh,
like your sub boss,
yeah.
like where you fight
The
those and
boss
then you
before
get
the
to
final boss.
yes. So you
Every
have those
RPG has it, dude. Every
yeah yeah.
RPG has it.
So you have those three,
Sephiroth
and
is
then
just Sephiroth until he turns into, like, fucking God Wing Angel Sephiroth, and you're like, "What the
Right.
fuck, man?" That's a Final Fantasy VII reference.
And that's the same thing with, like, I think I can't remember in the first one or the second one, but you know the Landris, the Tornadoes,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and those are, like, the guys in the cloud? Those were, like,
Yeah.
that first one. I believe that was the first, like, where those were, like, maybe that wasn't the first, but those were, like, the sub-bosses in that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's just like that in all of them. There's, like, 3 sub-bosses,
Yeah.
and then there's, like, your actual boss, and the only
Right.
ones that I remember, like, that really stand out for sure is the Zekrom and Reshiram of Pokemon Black and White, because that one always
Mm.
messed with everybody.
Mhm.
Because if you wanted the black Pokemon, which is Zekrom, he's an electric like dragon type,
Mhm.
you had to get Pokemon White.
No.
And if you wanted the white Pokemon, which is Reshiram, you had to get Pokemon Black because the
Oh.
games were named after the city that you're in, but the
Oh.
Pokemon were the opposite
They're the
color of the
opposite
city.
of Oh, shit. That makes
Yeah.
sense because if you looked at the color of you looked at the cover,
Yes.
it was the dark background with the light Pokemon, the light background with the dark Pokemon, so, like,
Yep.
it was they were playing the contrast game. Shit, man, I
Yep.
didn't know that.
And that's why there's always two games, because you go in and you beat one, and the
Right.
final boss in that game is that one, and then you have like a friend that has the other one.
Yep.
And that's why there's trades that are allowed to happen now. Like it wasn't originally, but eventually they
Right.
had trades come out because
Because trading's
trading's
always been a
always,
part of Pokemon,
yeah, because that's how
the
you
Game Boy game, we'll just
yeah,
say.
because that's how you always finish, like fully finish your Pokedex,
Right.
is that you
By
have
trading.
to get another person that has the game to trade, because not all the Pokemon are available in your
Yep.
game.
Yep. I remember when trading came to Pokemon Go because everybody was like, "When's trading coming? When's trading coming? When's trading coming?" And I think they did a great job on launching it because they said, "Well, nobody has enough Pokemon." Like they
Yeah,
kind of played that game of like, we gotta wait until there's people that are stacked and people are feeling like they're ready to trade. Because I'm one of those people that doesn't keep all Pokemon, like I don't keep a lot of Pokemon. I try to keep like one of everything, including shinies and event Pokemon and stuff like that. And then I
right.
just get rid of everything else, which is why I don't have my original starter. I fucked that up. But it also so then that goes back to the raid thing, the remote raid thing, right? Because now there's remote trading now, even sort of. It's a little jank, I think.
Every once in a while they expand
Yeah.
the distance, but
Yeah.
right now you got to be pretty close.
You have to.
They'll
Yep.
they'll have like special events where you can trade with whoever.
Right, and there it is. Yeah, that's how it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the raiding that you were talking about, like, you're just like, "I wanna be ready for any kind of raid," and, like, remote raids. So, like, me and you being remote doing the podcast, we can also play Pokemon Go remotely, technically
Yeah.
speaking. Like, you can be in
And
St. Cloud, I can be down here
bef-
near the cities.
before we move off of trades too,
Oh, yeah.
me and you next time we see in person
Yep.
have to trade because
Yes.
we're lucky
We
friends.
have lucky for yep.
Yeah.
It's been like that way for, like, a fucking year, man. We
I
gotta
know,
hang out
like
soon.
I think we hung out while we had the lucky friend status
Yep,
once, and then just never,
and we just didn't do it.
because it's like Pokemon Go is not priority number one.
Right, it wasn't, no.
We like to play it, but that's not priority number one, you know?
Right, yeah. I mean, obviously,
Might
we love to play it. We've been doing it for
Yeah,
5
yeah,
years.
it might not sound like it on this podcast. They're like, these fucking nerds never do anything but Pokemon Go.
No, no, trust me, this is just working it in.
Yeah, it's just like any other game on your phone where,
Right. I think
people
that's the
playing
big
like
thing.
Candy Crush, and nobody's out there. Well, I mean, there are some people, but nobody's like, those guys are so fucking obsessed with Candy Crush. It's just like, no, when you get a chance, you play it, and then
Right,
to kill the dead time, and then
right,
you
and then you
stop
just put
playing
the
it.
phone back in your fucking pocket.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
uh,
So the raids,
raids.
yes, the remote raids, we can do those from anywhere. You can get remote raids, and now there are apps, and I don't know how many different ones there are, but I have the Poker Raid app,
Yeah,
and
that's
that
right.
app allows me to join raids or host raids,
Mhm.
and then I can join raids from people anywhere in the world, and then they can also have me
Right.
join. And there are some Pokemon
Sick.
that are regional. And
Yep.
I have Pokemon from other regions that you're not supposed to be able to get unless you go there. But
Right.
because of Poke
Which I
Raid and
think
remote
is so
raids,
fucking cool, but I'm not bagging your app. I'm not shitting on your app like jump,
no, I
but I
think
think
it's
it's
cool.
really fucking cool that basically you can only get a Mr. Mime in Italy or
Yeah.
whatever.
And I'm not technically cheating. I made friends with these people in some weird online way.
Right.
And then they invited me to a raid, you know? So you still have to have an in. It's not like I just
Right.
got to, cheat the system. There were a
Mhm.
lot of people doing that, scamming the system back in the day. But if you get caught doing that shit, they ban that IP address for life. And that
Oh
phone can
shit.
never play with it again. So you're
Nice.
just, yeah, you're screwed if you try to do that. I never tried doing any of the spamming stuff, but some people
Right.
could use apps where it would like fuck with the
Oh, just
GPS, and you
constantly
could
be
tell it.
walking.
You could tell it to go wherever. You could screw
Oh,
with the
because
GPS.
you'd fake the GPS numbers.
Yep, and be like, "Oh, I'm in Paris."
Nice.
But I was gonna say, so because of the Pokerade app, and with people inviting you,
Mhm.
if I go to like my most recent stuff and I look at where I got some of my legendaries from
Mhm.
recently, let me see here.
This is cool.
Uh,
You can't look up I don't know how to look up by location. Like I don't think you can because I wanted to say
so
that
this,
too.
I don't even know how to say the name of it. Zamazenta. It's like
Okay.
the
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
like the wolf
Oh,
thing, like the most rated latest legendary that was out there.
yeah. The Sword
I
and Shield
caught that
version.
one because of the person that was hosting the raid was actually there. That one is from Quezon City, Metro Manila in the Philippines.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, I got a ton of this stuff.
That's
Like
bitchin'.
that one was caught in the Philippines. This one here was York, Nebraska. This one was from Ashburg, Nordrhein Westfalen, Germany. Yeah, I got tons
That's
of.
so good,
This
dude.
one was Jesus Le Fort de Saguenay, Regional County Municipality, Quebec, Canada. I don't know if the Canadian listeners can speak French better than me and tell me how bad I butchered that one.
But I would say that you're so far
That
in the country,
yeah,
you don't even have internet unless it's on your phone and
Pep Cook,
like,
Utrecht,
oh my god.
Netherlands. I got them from all over the
That's
place.
so cool, dude.
Valley del Pasubio, Veneto, Italy.
That's so sweet.
All over the place. I'm not gonna run through all of them
Right.
because I could do it for a while.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I only have I don't have that app. So my biggest claim is that we went to Australia for our honeymoon, so I got some from Australia. That's pretty sweet. That's where we caught Kangas Khan for the first time. She did. I didn't. She legitimately
Yeah,
because he's only on that side. He like
right.
technically he came over here for during a special thing and whatever, but
Yeah, he did.
that Pokemon was only available when we went to Australia, because that is the side of the world where Genghis Khan went nuts. So they locked him in. They locked him into that like Asian side of the world, which vertically on the globe lines up with Australia. And so Genghis Khan was in Australia, and yeah, it was cool. It was really fucking cool to see the regional Pokemon.
Yeah, I bet because I know it was cool to like see those. Those were the ones where when they had the events, I'm like, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta catch them now. They're only available here because those are
Right.
also like not legendaries. Like people are
Right.
inviting you to the raids
Yep.
because they're in the raids. Like those
Right.
other ones, there's never been a raid for. Well, I think there was some Genghis Khan
I think so too.
raids,
Yep.
but not the other ones. I don't think there was a Taurus raid because a Taurus is the American and Genghis
Mm.
Khan is like the Australian and stuff.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then Mr. Mime was Europe,
Yep.
I
Was
believe.
Europe. Yep. For sure. Yep.
Yep.
And those are just regular ass Pokemon, which is like the craziest thing.
Yeah,
To
and now
like
there's
it's so fucking cool.
there's regional legendaries. There's they're
Mm.
like psychic elves. I don't even know.
What?
Honestly, I don't play like I haven't played like a couple of generations, so I don't
Mm.
know what some of these are.
You mean you haven't
You
played a
know?
couple of the regular, like, the
Yes.
mainline game generations to, like,
Yep.
understand the Pokemon? Yeah, yeah. Sarah's
Yeah.
getting there
So
too with this side because I always ask her, right, when we're playing, I'm always like, what's the deal with that one?"
yeah, and I'm at the same thing now where just like I'll be playing and I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? But
Right.
there was the legendary. They're like psychic.
Okay.
They're like little elf, like floating Pokemon, and there's three of them, and they're from different regions. And
Mm.
I don't have one of them yet, but I caught one of them like
Oh,
in the
so, like, yeah,
morning.
there's a European one, there's, like, an Asian one, then there's a North American one.
Yep, yep.
Interesting.
So I have quite a few of the American ones, and I was able to catch one from a different country, but I didn't get both of them. But
Oh,
I'm
shit.
always just trying to fill that Pokedex, you know?
Right.
I
Oh,
just
yeah,
want to
for
have them
sure,
up.
for sure. Oh, fuck. All right, man. Well, it's getting late. We could actually probably make an entire podcast about Pokemon Go if we really wanted to and just keep going because they keep fucking changing the game. And that's what keeps us playing, really, when you get down to it.
Yeah,
It's just something, kill the time while you're walking the dog, right? Like, kill the time while
that
you're out on the walk with the fam. Like,
yeah, that and it speaks to me just like
yeah,
trading cards and fishing and like
yeah,
the chance at getting something rare and
right.
just, being able to like pull something up that like, oh, I haven't caught that. Like
Right. Yeah.
there's
Like,
just something exciting about that to me
right,
where
the
it's just
fishing
like,
analogy was really good because, like, the first time I ever caught a shiny Pokemon not during a specialty event, it was like, "Oh, fuck, I'm so glad I clicked on that,"
yeah,
because it
dude.
looks normal on the map, and then you click on it, and shit's
Yeah.
changed. You're
And
like,
then it like
"Oh,"
flashes and there's like stars that spin around and then you're just like,
and it's a whole different color
"Oh,
scheme.
look at that." Yes, it looks different. You're just like, "What the fuck? What? This one's yellow." Yeah. Yeah, it's
Right,
pretty
yeah,
it really is exciting. It's like the same thing as like catching a fish. Like
right,
you catch fish, it's fun.
right,
You're out there to catch fish.
yeah,
But when you catch that big one, so basically like you catch the one that's not normal, like the one out of
mhm,
the ordinary,
yeah.
it's like, "Shit, yeah, dude."
Right, right. Which is always kind of the thing of fishing. I mean, sure, you can be out there catching fish, but like there's always that little
Yeah.
voice in your head going like, today could be the day the big one happens.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's not the same thing. Like when I
Oh,
catch a
no,
shiny
no.
Pokemon, I get excited. When I
Right.
catch a big fish, I get an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, you get
It's
a
different.
fucking
It's different
right.
for sure, but
But your
it's like
brain still
fishing
fires
light.
started.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fishing light. It's the same thing as like that's what I was
Yeah.
saying, like trading cards.
Right.
Like you open a pack of trading cards and
Sure.
the normal ones are like, whatever. But then you get like some insert rookie card. You're like,
Right.
oh shit,
Oh
look at
shit.
this